All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the beginning of the July round.
It's good
round
to be
two.
back. Yeah.
It's good to be back. So this is a loaded month. A lot of things happening in July.
A lot of talented festivals left on the board. Obviously, you have the Taste of Chicago. It's a perennial tradition. You have an old but a classic, the 4th of July festivities over at Navy Pier. And, of course, a seminal summer event, Lollapalooza. I think you have to be looking at those three festivals from a talent standpoint as the finest we have available in July. And let's not forget the Crosstown Classic.
So you got those are your four you're looking to come off the board pretty quickly, pretty early on.
I think their values are pretty equivalent. I have them graded about the same, but I can see those being the first four picks off the board, in whatever order that is.
Fantastic. Looks like we've got Omar coming up to the podium. Team Summertime, let's see what he goes with.
What's up, y'all? This is Omar again. And when my first pick of July is the 4th of July fireworks at Navy Pier. Because you can't hear when somebody gets shot.
Oh. Murder was the case that they gave him.
That was a sad round to begin, a sad way to begin the July round here.
Sad but fair. I mean, you have to really look at your team, and if your team is the city of Chicago, one of your number one picks would probably be to commit a murder.
Yep. So he wants to drown out the sorrows of the city with Navy Pier's famous fireworks display.
Mm-hmm. It's like the rap group Simon and Garfunkel, The Sounds of Violence.
I cannot come up with a better analogy.
There isn't one.
There isn't one. Perfect. So we've got Murder Fest essentially happening with pick number 1, and we've got Summerfest Sarah coming on up, pick number 2. Let's see where she goes with this. A couple of your big picks still on the board, I believe.
Absolutely. 3. It's good to see Sarah making a pick here. We'll see if she has worked herself down from the Fish concert in order to make a capable, salient
the fact
pick.
That she might still be high.
It was over a week ago, entering into July, but we'll see.
Street Fest Sarah here with my first pick in July. I'm going to go a little off script. No street festival, but I'm sure not a surprise. Irish American Heritage Festival. Sure in Bigorra. It'll be a wonderful time.
So with the second pick in July round, Summerfest Sarah went with the Irish American Heritage Festival.
With the Crosstown Classic still on the board, with Lollapalooza still available, with the Taste of Chicago still available, to go with the Irish American Festival, what culture do we not know enough about? The Irish. Yes, that's right. They're not integrated into every facet of our entertainment and political atmosphere. Yes, let's learn more about them and their fun dancing.
Now, if we look back at her previous round picks, she is really going off on the dominant immigrant classes here in Chicago. She's hanging out with the Germans. She's hanging out with the Irish. What's she going to pick next?
I would assume probably something Bosnian, if there's something available within the next few months. I just can't see this turning into a good summer for her. I see this summer kind of falling apart. Why not just tour a museum if you're going to waste your picks?
Well, so Summerfest Sarah is going to be cannonballing it, riding the high from Fish straight down to the Booze Fest.
She's going to need to take a couple minutes and just kind of sweat that out before she makes another pick.
She's going to just center herself. So with the third pick, we have Jack coming back up, Team Shandy. Got a lot of good stuff on the board.
A lot of things available here. He's lucked himself into a very good position, so it would take a yeoman's job to screw this pooch.
Let's see where he goes with it.
Jack Delaney back here. Did you guys miss me? I know, traded a pick. Got things interesting. But I'm back for July. My first pick. Take me to the ball game, folks. Crosstown Series. Cubs versus Sox. Is this going to be the World Series early in July, in the midsummer? I don't know. Possibly. Probably not, because they both suck and choke. But hey, who knows? Anything can happen, baby. Chicago!
Oh. Excellent pick.
That was one of your top picks there.
You can't fault a man for making this choice, especially it's late in July when it's going to get hot and humid. If you're going to need a brewski, this would be the best place to do it. And it's in the middle of the week. I think this is the one week of the year where most Chicago employers tolerate a bit of workplace hungoverness.
It needs to be considered that this is 4 games across weekdays.
And across the entirety of the city. If there's anything that gives you a better palette of the city's cultural and historical impact, it's to see baseball across the Red Line.
Yeah, starting at 35th, all the way up to Addison. The one concern I have with this pick is he is quite a pale fellow. And ballparks are notoriously sunny places. Games are long. Sun is moving across the sky. What starts with shade becomes sun, and vice versa. I don't know how he's going to fare with that.
I think you have some options if you perhaps go with, a southern-style floppy-brimmed hat.
Right.
He may find himself with some permanent shade. Also, just underneath a canvas. Games can be watched underneath a canvas as long as there's enough cool water to rehydrate yourself.
Hopefully-
Some people actually spend the entirety of summer in a jacket, and it doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
Might be a good option for him.
I've met some of those people before. That
Weirdos.
confuses me too.
Weirdos, but
Confuses me too.
it's doable.
So, fourth pick coming up. Looks like we've got back-to-back picks coming up here from Summerfest. He's got 4 and 5.
It's very exciting. I'm looking to see Lollapalooza come off the board here, and of course, the Taste of Chicago is still available.
Now we got to remember, he loves drinking, so Lollapalooza is good there. I'm not sure what we else have here in the month that's drinking. You pretty much drink at any of these places.
The Chicago Margarita Festival. It's late in
Ooh.
the month, but if he wants to change it up and go away from a wheat-heavy stout or ale and change it up with some ethnically flavored alcohols, Margarita Festival is also available here. Perhaps as his second pick.
If he would like to ruin his liver and also get diabetes, Margarita Festival would be an excellent pick. Let's see what he does.
In the fourth pick of July, Team Summerfest selects Lollapalooza, or what the national peoples call it, Lollapalooza. Why? Because music brings the masses together, just like beer. Beer and music is the same thing, people. I need to be there. See ya, Lollapalooza in July.
Well, there's some real solid organizational alcoholism here.
It's organized, but he's got to remember Lollapalooza is 4 days this year instead of 3 days.
Ooh.
A marathon has become an ultra marathon, and in the month of July, the end of July especially, that can turn into a Badwater ultra marathon style running through the hottest part of the country.
People forget that the term marathon actually comes from the Battle of Marathon, where a man ran for 3 consecutive days and then died from it, like some kind of an asshole.
Yep. And so Blake is going to be running for 4 days, and so he'll be burying himself somewhere deep within the possibly 6th or 7th circle of hell.
Let's see if he
Fantastic.
outdoes the Greeks here.